Maryland sports fans, there's only one sports book in the great state of Maryland with over 50 years experience booking bets and supporting customers. Betfred Sportsbook at Longshots is now open and is the only sportsbook in Frederick offering cash betting on football, basketball, world soccer, and more. Visit the Betfred Sportsbook at I-270 and MD-85 in Frederick, right next to Longshots off-track betting. Go to betfredsports.com for more information and your chance to win exclusive merchandise. Must be 21 or older. Play responsibly. For help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Drops. P1E goes on till it pops. Cannonball, don't trust a cop. Johnny Spotswood just don't know when to stop. Yeah, and if you don't like it, you better take your ass up to the snooty box, cause this is the loud spot. Okay, see you later.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian, right out of Oklahoma City. I'm hanging out with Patrick from the band Budderside. What is up, dude?
What's up, man? That was the coolest intro I've ever heard.
Hell yeah, dude. I appreciate that. Dude, a band called Hot Zone wrote that for us. Now, as of right now, I am flying solo on this interview with Patrick, but Ava is expected to maybe join sometime in the middle of the show, so we'll see if she does that. Dude, did you know that today was the first day of fall?
Yeah, I heard about it a few days ago. I was like, damn, is summer really over? But, LA's got this thing with it's like it all happens in one night. And in LA, it's like it's hot all the time. And then all of a sudden, one night it's cold at night. And you're like, oh, it's fall. It's like literally like, little chill taps you on the shoulder. It's like Halloween is coming.
I know, right? Dude, I think summer's my favorite weather, but I do like when it cools down just a little bit. And in Oklahoma, it's kind of the same thing. It's like today's gonna be like 49 degrees and like first day of fall, 49 degrees already. Like just that's like cool. That, man.
Yeah, that's cold. No, here it's like I'm talking about getting cold. It's still like 70 and shit,
Yeah, I know. You're in Southern California, man. Come on, dude.
You almost can't go surfing. You know what I mean?
You're right. You still can. You still can. All right. So the band Budderside, you guys just played Rocklahoma, right?
Hell yeah. We just went out there and raised some hell, man. It was super fun. Super cool.
You know what? I wish I would have got a hold of you. And I think I knew you were playing Rocklahoma, but I do so much stuff. But if I would have known and you guys were out here, I would have said, dude, just come to the house. And Ava's almost ready, she says. And you guys could just come and like do the house and do a live podcast.
Oh, that would have been cool as fuck. Yeah. We love being together for those things, man. We just have this real great banter. So maybe you have us back on, all of us at the same time.
I absolutely would. And I got to apologize, dude. We talked about this before this show.
Yeah.
And there's a hashtag that says Sebastian fucked up, right? Hashtag Sebastian fucked up. The newest song you guys have that you guys are pushing right now is a song called Voices.
Yeah, it's a whole new level for us, but it's not your fault. I mean, when we set this up, that was the single that was out. And there's no shame in that game, man. You know what I mean? Talk about Rocklahoma, Carla and her band, the Butcher Babies. Super, the spirits were on her side because they got postponed and it looked like the show wasn't going to happen. And then they got to actually literally headline the festival at the end of the night. So that was cool. The night before we played, they got to headline the show because they went on after Slipknot and enjoyed that entire 20,000 fan crowd. So,
dude, I bet you guys tour. You guys have had a lot of good things happening for the band, right? Like, generally speaking, a lot of good things happening.
Yeah, it's getting better too. I mean, if your fans can get a chance to check out the new single, for sure. Voices is out there. It's a whole new level for us. We're working with a producer that's like finally in the genre that we're really hoping to get into and break some ground with. And the songs are just, they're something that we've all collaborated on together and written. Each one of us is 110% a part of each line, every phrase, every riff, every beat. it's just really cool for us all to be working together as opposed to before, I was kind of carrying the ship myself, and it's great to be free and have musicians that are just, so incredible, just participating in every little aspect of the music. And I think it definitely shows in the new single. I've somehow got to turn off my notifications.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I turned on my ring while I was like, man, that's a loud ding. I was like, is that my phone? Nope, not my phone.
It's supposed to be turned off. I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right, man. So I want to say the reason why I fucked up is we are still playing a music video from Budderside like we do in every show. Well, most shows, depending on the band, but mostly we play music videos. And we are going to play Amber Alert, which, now I will say this, though. Is that another ding?
It is. I'm going to try to turn this off. It's so horrible.
Look,
oh my God. No, I'm all fucked up.
That's okay. You know what? Look, the song Amber Alert, the music video for it is so fucking cool, dude. Like, the way you guys did that music video, was that a actual circus? Like, was that like actual circus people that you hired for the video? Was that like an actual act? Or was that just your friends dressed up?
No, that was we completely, I think I turned it off. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
We created the whole thing from scratch. Really, it was always kind of a dream of mine to like do something at a circus. You know what I mean? Just this, we've always kind of felt like parts of our music kind of like we always like, how do you describe this part of a song? And it's like, it's kind of like a demented circus, So it's like, that was always in my mind. I always wanted to kind of do a video surrounded by a circus. And it was just, from each video, we try to take you to a different landscape, a different situation. We don't want it to be anything like the last video was. And this was a perfect excuse to kind of build this thing up. But I literally went in and started digging. My friend Gabe, the ringleader in the circus, our little guy, he had kind of an inside scoop on where to go for like some of the talent. So I just started going through some of his connections, and then I put out some feelers for other circus performers. And then before I knew it, I had somebody from Cirque du Soleil and from the LA Circus, and then that led to us going out to the LA Circus, where it was actually just the fairgrounds is completely empty. They went out and filmed American Horror Story there, and
nice.
The Greatest Showman. So it was like, wow, I'm on a legit place. Like we could really bring it to life right here. So we literally just talked them into building this thing, and it was like a 4-day build. They have like miles and miles of circus, stuff, just all of these balls and cannons and anything you could want at a circus. They have everything there. So we just kind of started picking and choosing all of the pieces that we wanted in the tent and around the tent. We built up the entire Ferris wheel. All of that stuff went up in about 3 days. And then we got out there and shot for like 24 hours straight. And there you have it.
And there's Ava.
Hi.
Hi.
Let's play some musical chairs. All right, Ava. This is Patrick from the band Budderside. We were just talking about how I totally fucked up and didn't get their newest music video, Voices, which they are pushing, but I got their other music video, Amber Alert, and he was just telling us about the music video, which is super cool. I think you're going to dig it also.
Yeah.
And they just played Rocklahoma, and I wish I would have known that because they could have came over here and did the show. So now you're pretty much caught up on the conversation.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, Ava. Rock and roll royalty in the house. How are you?
Good.
Okay, so I do want to talk about you guys. So when did the band first start?
Man, since I was just a kid, you know what I mean? I've always kind of called my group, Budderside, and it's gone through so many changes along the way. I mean, I even had Jimmy Bain from Dio and Simon Wright, the drummer from AC/DC, in the band at one time. And we had a spec deal over at Interscope, and we were recording over there. We pumped out a few demos. Moved forward to even Cordell Crockett from Ugly Kid Joe was in the group for a while. Tyler Nelson from Great White was there for a minute. And then when we finally got signed by Lemmy, I brought in some of the guys that I'd been jamming with forever. And things just weren't really moving at the pace or getting me to exactly like the sense of fulfillment that I wanted to. And along came this kid, Sam Bam Koltun, who's now in the group. And he and I and the people that we've been working with in the industry kind of urged us to really develop a different vision of the band, which was kind of what I've had all along. And it was just time to kind of like, just finally get what I really want out of the group. So we found the hottest guys in town, and by hottest I mean the most talented musicians that
the best looking men you can find. You're like, hey guys, we're gonna start a band. You gotta look good, and you can get a band.
I mean, there is a certain sense of like, you really want all of those pieces to be in place. You know what I mean? And I think that goes along with like everybody just wanting the same thing. So these guys fell into place. Jeff, Gabe, Logan, Sam, and I. We all just kind of have the same vision, and we're all just after it. We're all just as eager and as hungry as the next guy, and we're all now pushing and pulling as hard as we can, and we're all going for the same goal. So now the music is kind of it's all falling into place in that same, that's the most important thing. And if you listen to our new track, Voices, it's a taste of what you're going to get going forward, and it's finally something that I've never imagined being so proud of my music. You dream of being as great as all of the guys that you've grown up to, and all of a sudden you're listening to something and it's different, but it's as good as that stuff. So I'm super excited about our future.
I know we don't ask bands this too often unless I run out of things to say, which is not the case here. I'm just saying. But the band Budderside, like the name, you got to ask, and it's a very generic question. I'm fucking sorry. Forgive me, okay? The name Budderside, how did that? And you said since you were a kid, is that kind of a name you carried? Was that just randomly thought of in your head and went with it?
All of the good names were taken. It's the anti-cliche, honestly, like we've gone to bat trying to replace the name and you throw names back and forth. We've always kind of like had this idea that someday it would be a cool name, like someday we'd find a better name, but then you put up like, I don't know, it's just like what name, the Foo Fighters, or like, what's with the name? Like, I mean, our first and last names, it's just like, you just get used to it. The first time I heard the name Foo Fighters, I was like, that's the dumbest name in the world. And then I listened to the music and I was like, that's the coolest name in the world.
It's a really bad comparison, but my dog, I was supposed to name her Chanel, but I couldn't stop calling her Stinky. So now her name is Stinky.
Right.
That is a horrible comparison.
I know.
That's a horrible comparison.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
it's like,
where'd she go? Oh, she disappeared. She's coming back.
I'm back.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, once you've attached yourself to the sound and the music and the lyrics and stuff like that, I think the name, I don't think it's important in the end. And it's like sometimes I felt like it would pigeonhole you or categorize you in a place that you didn't want to be forever. You know what I mean? If you name your band like, Death Dogs from Above or some shit like that, you know what I mean? It's like, it sounds so cool, but it's like, at the end of the day, nothing. It's Budderside, man. It's like, it's this place where, we spell it a certain way. You're not going to find anybody else crazy enough to call themselves that. Yep. So if you're searching for us, you're going to find us if you spell it right. And it's just kind of this attitude. It's a laid back kind of like, it's the anti-cliche, man. It's just like, dude, if you're really hung up on our name, then we don't want your name.
Right. And once you start branding yourself and it's out there, you can't, at that point, you can't really change it. It's like people that try to rebrand their name after they already have stuff out there typically doesn't work. I think that Snoop Dogg tried to change his name to Snoop Lion at one point.
Right.
Went back to Snoop Dogg because that's what people know. That's what people want. And you got to keep it. So.
Yeah. It's catching on.
Okay.
I mean, it is. It's finally catching on.
Yeah, I don't think anything's wrong with the name. I was just curious about how you came up with the name. I think it's a fine name. I think it's a great name. When you type in Budderside, you're not going to find anyone else named that unless someone types in Budderside, like TT. Yeah. That's the only thing that they might like find something not your band. But it's DD Budderside. Okay, now where I fucked up, like I said, Voices. Not playing a music video, but go check it out. It's shot in like the snow. Super rad. This song, though, is called Amber Alert. And what I love about this song is the whole clown show. Ava, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but we're about to jam it right now. So here we go with Amber Alert.
Hell yeah.
Are you
me have your way. One no master, one a slave. Long to be inside your skin. Hear the rattle of skeleton. Breathe the first time freedom shade. Dance with demons on my grave. Feel immortality, drive passion for your game. Hypnotize morality, dies riding in your cage. Key to my heart, possessing my brain, shackled to your reins. Thus numbing anguish, a moth to the flame, a lamb to the blade. I'm so tired, I'm so bored. Take me, break me, give me immortality, drive passion for your game. Hypnotize morality, dies riding in your cage. In your cage,
I had to play it to the very end there, dude. That is so sick, man. The whole video is, you gotta be proud of that video, dude.
It's always insane to watch it. It's like I'm looking at it through this lens of like, man, this person put heart into that part of it, and somebody, stepped up and did something amazing to make that thing happen. Like somebody created that jacket for me and put the thing on the back, and the girl with the tattoo. I mean, if a girl's getting a Budderside tattoo, you're doing something right. You know what I mean?
I gotta say that is probably one of the most interesting music videos that we've had on the podcast. Wouldn't you say, Ava?
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. So,
Dude, it was
so good.
it was so fun, man. It was like the whole thing started, and it was just like this. I mean, just in awe. You know what I mean? This girl's like, "Okay, so you want me to blow some fire now?" It's like, okay. And you're just like, wait a minute. You catch that? And it's just like, it was so sexy and crazy. It was like we wrapped it, like we started at like 4 p.m. in the evening. Started filming things, and it's like 7 a.m. The sun was coming up, and like it was coming to a close, and it was just like, I was afraid we didn't get it all, but I was just having so much fun. Video production is like one of my favorite things. It's just like you travel to crazy places. You're trying to create these visuals. It's such a cool process. It's so fun.
I think my favorite part of the video is when is that you flipping off the camera?
Yeah.
That's like it's like those little things that I watch, and like it cuts out real quick, dude. Fucking best idea. That glued that whole video together for me.
I like the women.
Yeah. It's hard not to say that I like that.
So the band Budderside has toured. You've done some European festivals, huh?
Yeah, we've toured extensively, man. A lot of time on the road. Yeah, a lot of time out there. Yeah.
Favorite European country to play in?
Germany. I mean, the Wacken Festival, every time we visit that place, it's just like, what? I mean, that festival's so huge, 80,000 people. We filmed our genocide video there. If you haven't seen that one, there's a whole section of the festival that's basically like, it's beyond Burning Man. It's basically like a post-apocalyptic world. Have you ever been to it?
No, I've never been to Europe.
Oh, you guys got to go. We should go together.
I love Germany.
Yeah, Germany's beautiful. I have family there. Like my mom was born there. So I have roots there. So that's always part of the love in going there. But there's part of this festival that's just it's all gated off, and it's post-apocalyptic. So they have all of these cars. It's like Mad Max. You walk through a gate, and all of a sudden you're surrounded by people that are all in this warrior regalia, and they have axes and swords and guns and like, you know, rusty cars that are tricked out, and like cages and just weird whack ass shit. And our label, Motörhead Music, was like, you know, we woke up one morning to go to the festival, and we were just supposed to meet to like count CDs or something. And they were like, "You want to shoot a video?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's go." And they throw me up in this cage in this place that I've never been before. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then they're blaring our song from out of the speakers. And all of a sudden they're filming this stuff. And then, you know, a couple of weeks later, they send me this first draft of this video. And I was just like, how did we do that? It would cost millions. Again, like watching your video back, like,
Yeah.
people that step up and make things happen and bring things to life. It's just, it's reassurance basically that you're doing the right thing and you're supposed to be where you're at, you know? So.
Is that the only country in Europe that you've played in, or have you played in other countries? You played all over.
All over, yeah. We haven't hit Italy. We haven't gone really south of Germany yet, but you know, east and west of there, yeah.
What's the hardest thing about touring?
Keeping everybody happy, really. I'm good. I'm totally good. Like, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just like, you know, the reward is just, you know, just being there and feeling like you're getting a little bit closer to where you want to be. You're reaching more people, connecting with, new people in a new city every night. That's just so rewarding. But, you know, it's strenuous and stressful on a lot of the other guys a lot of the times. And like, I'm kind of like the Papa Bear, you know what I mean? I'm kind of like always the one that's just like trying to make sure that everybody's okay. So, but again, with this new batch of guys, I mean, everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. We literally bought an RV for the last tour in 2019, and the drive shaft shot out of that thing just outside of Indianapolis. And that's when the fun started. Like, we had to everything from out of the trailers and out of the RV. And like, we went from this huge, like super comfortable situation down into a van. And like, we just laughed the whole time, you know what I mean? Put on some Rick and Morty or whatever the hell we want to do.
I love Rick and Morty.
It's Swifty.
I love Rick and Morty.
But like, I mean, it's not just that music, whatever else. It's just like it's just like, it just feels so right, you know? So, I almost can't wait for it. Like, I just don't want to move into like a tour bus, because then we're going to be too far apart. We're not going to enjoy each other as much as we do when we're in close quarters. But I'm sure they'll disagree with me. On our last run just now, I mean, like, we had it was a 24-hour drive back from St. Louis, you know, and my roadie was he's in the back. Like, he put a cloth up in the van and he like put himself back there. And he's just like, I'm having anxiety. 24 hours. I can't do it. I'm like, what can I pull every time I need to pull over and let him have a cigarette or like get him a cheeseburger, whatever he needs. It's like, so that's really the only stress. I'm cool. Like, I can deal with any of it. I mean, I've gone out for huge tours, 4 months at a time, you know, 52 shows in 60 days, you know, before. So, you know, I love that. I just feel like I'm fine. That's when I'm doing what I need to be doing, what I was put here to do. So, yeah. Is
it harder to tour Europe than it is here in the States? Because you can't just drive there. You got to fly there and then get all your equipment and ready to go. Does that cause a problem?
There's just kind of like, you have pros and cons to each one, really, because, you know, if you're flying into another country, then you're basically all of your equipment you have to get from there. Like, we don't fly our own equipment over there. So it's just more about.
Oh, wait, you don't bring your own equipment over there?
You know, your guitars and your pedal boards and stuff, but like, you're not going to it would be so expensive to fly, you know, unless you're Iron Maiden or somebody have your own plane, you don't, you know, you basically find an outfit that'll rent you the gear that you need, or maybe you have, a backline set up for you so far, you know what I mean? I mean, we're hoping to break into some bigger tours and stuff moving forward, especially with this new stuff coming out. I think, we've already had just such a greater response to these new videos and these songs. I mean, the hits are just going crazy for us. You know what I mean? We're not at like AWOL Nation level yet, but like we're getting a good 3,000, 4,000 views on our videos today. And
nice.
That's supposed to lead you somewhere. You know what I mean?
I had like 2 views. I had 2 or 3 views.
And we're grateful for that.
I'm so grateful for my 2 fans that watched any videos that I had today. Thank you so much. Now, here's a personal question, okay? You, besides being in Budderside, was that you that toured with Motörhead and a bunch of these other bands? Didn't you do backup vocals or backup something for either Motörhead or some other bands, bigger bands?
I roadied for Lemmy. So
you roadied for
Motörhead, yeah. I was their guitar tech for a bit, but before that, just really good friends with them. And Lemmy's always kind of been a huge mentor to me. We'd hang out all the time. We'd go over to his apartment and we'd play video games and stuff like that. Super blessed, but he was the one that got behind Budderside and kept encouraging me. He always thought I'd be a much better rock star than a roadie. I wasn't very good, but they put up with me anyway. But he put me in the studio with Paul, his son, to record the debut record. But yeah, I sang for Steven Adler too, singing Guns N' Roses songs, Adler's Appetite, for a couple of years there. We did a lot of stuff together. I've sang with a lot. I mean, so many. I have to pinch myself a lot. There's a lot of legends and stuff that I've rubbed elbows with and collaborated with. Yeah, over the years for sure. Budderside's taken up all of my time though. Now it's like I finally kind of, this is it. Make it, break it, or die.
You got to do it, man. That'd be kind of cool though, to be doing your own thing, then also have the experience of being on the road before being a road tech. And does that even pay? Like, does that pay decent? Like, let's say you're a super famous band. Let's say you're like fucking Papa Roach right now, right? Super big, right? Let's say you're a tech for them. Does that pay good, or is it like just?
You pay.
It does.
Yeah, for Motörhead back in the day, that was a while ago. It was louder than everything else. Everything louder than everything else. To it, I was getting $2,000 a week.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
All your room and your food is taken care of, so it's like you just come home and there's this savings account waiting for you. It's good for a legitimate band. That paid more than my rock star days today. I'm lucky if I get back and the other guys get paid, and they're lucky if they get paid. To be honest, this last one was just barely paid for itself, But again, we're moving into territory where I hope that game changes.
I'm going to quit the podcast and become a roadie. That's what I'm going to do. Ava, you're on your own. You are on your own on the show. Good luck to you. I'm going to go find the next gig next week.
Well, this is going to fail miserably.
Dude, I'm super happy for you, man. Patrick seemed like a super cool dude. And like I said, #Sebastian fucked up. Go check out the song Voices, although Don does say here, #Sebastian fucked up was perfect. And then she said, nice video choice.
No, it's a great video. No, and it's not your fault. Like, we set up this thing and Voices just came out. So it's just super exciting that it's out there. So if you are watching, just go to our YouTube channel, the Budderside YouTube channel, and check out Voices. There's a lyric video that's equally as impressive, man. And it's really cool to like really dig into those lyrics. Cause again, I mean, every time we're kind of trying to outdo ourselves. So the game just gets better and better every time we have a release. We're going to have a new release for you every 6 weeks. We've got another video, lyric video, and another song dropping on the 15th of October. And then you're going to get a super killer surprise 3 days before Halloween, the 29th of October. We're going to drop a video that's going to blow your minds. We're so super excited about this one. And going forward, every 6 weeks, you're just going to get another left and a right hook from us with new material that's just better than the last one. So get ready.
That is so cool, dude. That is super, super, super cool. You guys got your website. I think it's Budderside.com, right?
Yep.
And you guys have merchandise. Was that easy to take? I'm sure it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys got merchandise on there?
Yeah, it's all there. Budderside.com will lead you to all of our channels, all of our socials, all of our videos, all of our merch. Everything is right there. Yeah.
Awesome. Have you got anything before we let him go and maybe get the final word?
What advice would you give young musicians starting out?
Don't do it. No, I'm just joking.
No, don't hold back, man. Pour your heart out. Be real. Be truthful. Be honest. Put it on the page. Don't try to impress somebody else. Speak your truth. Let your words heal you. Life is something where music is the answer, I think, to so many things. And it's like, we need every voice that's out there that has a different perspective to speak up, and, don't cut corners when it comes to the musicianship, get guys that like really are the best, and then, do it as hard as you can, man. Don't hold back.
That's great advice. And I would say, not being a musician, but interviewing, but I'm a musician, but not really in a band. I would say my advice would be, if I had any advice, not that anybody fucking asked me, but I'm going to give it anyways. My advice to anyone who's an aspiring musician is don't give up. Because so many people give up right before they start making it, You just got to keep on pushing it out there, put content out there. And everyone else says you guys fucking suck or whatever, or doesn't listen. Right. That will eventually change. Just keep on pushing, because you can keep on getting better and growing your fan base, right?
Hell yeah. I mean, I've never felt that more so than now. It's funny, back when I have more to offer now than I ever had, and yet I still face all of those feelings.
Maryland sports fans, there's only one sports book in the great state of Maryland with over 50 years experience booking bets and supporting customers. Betfred Sportsbook at Longshots is now open and is the only sportsbook in Frederick offering cash betting on football, basketball, world soccer, and more. Visit the Betfred Sportsbook at I-270 and MD-85 in Frederick, right next to Longshots off-track betting. Go to betfredsports.com for more information and your chance to win exclusive merchandise. Must be 21 or older. Play responsibly. For help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.